Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for today's special showcase I'm going to be attempting, and I really do mean trying, to showcase you all my entire G1 collection. Since I've started my Instagram as well, which is toys_rus, I've had lots of people asking for, full collection videos, and although I've got a couple up there already, what I'm going to do, again, as I say, trying, you should basically be seeing pretty much only G1 things. I'm going to go around this much slower in a second. I just want to give you a bit of a backstory. So if you've seen the other ones, there is going to be different things. I'm going to go around in a different order. I've got graded figures now, which I never used to have. I've got more of my sealed figures out. I've just, so rather than starting at this side, which is where I started before, I'm going to start somewhere completely different, and then hopefully I can give you guys as good a showcases as I've been meaning to for such a long time. And yeah, I really wanted to make this good. So the other thing as well is obviously some of the boxes are empty, and obviously you've got to appreciate that that's because all the figures are out on the shelves. So in fact, we'll start with this lot I've managed to get here. And as I say, you'll have seen some of these before, and if you've seen doubles, I'll explain why they're doubles. It's because they're different versions. So that's the gig Italian version of Defensor. We've got a blaster Hasbro box there, and then we've got your standard Hasbro Superior box set, and then your gig Italian Superior box set. For those of you who are new to my channel, you will see that I like variants, in different ones from around the country. So I've got a lot of these gold classic as well, and that's because, again, there's so many different variants of them. So we've got the classic tracks, which is the English version, and sludge. A couple of empty boxes here now, but that's because these are all on display, and these are all just classic English versions, and you'll see what I mean by that in a second. And then the same for just the normal Hasbro Ironhide, Sunstreaker and Trailbreaker boxes. If I move over to here now, we've got another classic triple changer, and that's mint and seal box. And then this guy's, all these up here I managed to get out. They're all, he's obviously not sealed. He's a victim of the bubble coming away, so that's a brilliant example there, guys, of why bubbles aren't always great. But unfortunately these guys, the rest of them are. So we've got Jazz Spanish version, Jazz English Classic Heroes, Jazz Dutch, Ironhide English, Silver Bolt, and there we go, Spanish tracks, Spanish as well. Then we've got an empty and unfortunately a bit battered up Hasbro Scattershot box, and then there's a beautiful gig one. So the gig, for people who don't know, is there. That's the Italian brand, and they were licensed by Takara, and they're all official Transformers. And then we've got a Cloudburst Pretender there as well. Okay, while we're in this vicinity, we've got a lovely graded squeeze play Takara Ramjet, Decepticon Triggercon crankcase. That's Blue Streak, that's pre-rub, so first edition 1984. Near the Junior Headmaster Siren, and then we've got English version of the classic Octane. A couple of extra Victory Leo and Star Sabers. For those who've seen the video, you'll know that I've got a few of them. Spinning around again. Apologies, my room is such a mess, but this has took a day to set up, literally an absolute age. There is original 85 Megatron, because he's got the rub sign. Unused contents. There is the MB version of Megatron. Very nice. And then here is the Chinese reissue. You can see by that Chinese symbols on the top right. Again, unused contents. And I know there's a few Hawkeyes out there, and there's another Megatron there, but that's going to a good friend of mine, Transformers UK Collector, off Instagram as well. And there's Astro Train Spanish. These are all sealed again now. Sunstreaker, Astro Train English by the looks of this one. Yep, that one's English. So you see the difference, just how they package them. Bubbles slightly different, and of course the rub sign's missing. Final one over here. Again, I know you're going to see some of the collection guys, but I'm going to try and keep this just a G1. And there's another sealed Inferno English. Right, moving over let's go here. So this is one of my countdowns. That's a normal English one. That's of course Thunderclash. Now I know that some people here might be saying, oh, G2. It depends where you were in the world. A lot of the G2 stuff came out in Europe as official Generation 1 things. I've got some few empty Pretender boxes here, they're nothing special. I've just got all the boxes out. And you'll see why in a second, because I've got some sealed stuff and it still says Generation 1 on it. And then we've got Takara Computer on gift set, of course. Got a load more boxes down here. Most of them are full actually. Scorponok is full, Star Saber is out, Victorio's out. Metroplex is in the box, that's the Takara Metroplex. 6 Quick Switch, sorry, he's out. I'll move around there better in a second. Then we've got Magnus. Unfortunately you can't see there's the Italian version there. I didn't think of that, damn, silly me. Then we've got Powermaster Prime, Takara Jazz, Gig Monsterbot, and then Takara Monsterbot. I should have thought about that better. I'll come around there in a second because I want to head over to this side intentionally. In fact, there we go. Rescue Force, tail end of Generation 1 in the UK, carded Run Amok, Midnight Seal Card Fizzle, Micromaster Patrol. Again, I know you can see other figures behind, but I've tried to just cover all. Midnight Seal Card Roll Bar and Wide Load. I know you guys have seen enough of this one, so I'm not going to keep dwelling on this. There's of course the big powered gift set, and then yep, I am that stupid enough to have another Diatlus next to him. There's Metal Hawks box. There's the 3 little Power Masters, sorry, Godmasters from Japan, and then we've got boxed little throttle bots as well. Right, we're going to pan around over here first. So, in fact, yeah, let's start over here. I'm really sorry how bad this is. I thought I wanted it to be better than this. There's Oslat, Spanish, boxed, mint on seal, mint. All these top row are all sealed. That's the Dutch version. There's the English version of Silverbolt, so he's not called Lido anymore. And there's another Oslat. There's another Springer, different language. There's the French and Dutch dual language Onslaught. Sunstorm. Octane, again, all of them are sealed. And then we come down to the Pretender shelves. So the Pretender shelves, we've got Bombburst, Classic Pretenders, Grimlock, Starscream's just got his box, Wave Rider, Mega Pretender, yeah, Crossblades, one of my favourites. Classic Pretender Bumblebee, Gunrunner, gigantic Woolworth sticker on there. And then we've got obviously some Sky High, excuse me, Gunrunner, Road Grabber, and I think that's Roadblock. Watch me get a few of these names wrong. So yeah, here we go. Here's some of the actual loose figures now. So you'll see that I've got them, trying to get them all in both of their modes. That's something else that I've moved on to. I can't exactly explain why, but these are all the Pretenders. For UK viewers, we really struggled to get Splashdown, Groundbreaker, Bugley, Iguanus. I'm pretty sure they weren't released to the UK. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Then we got Mega Pretenders, Vroom, Crossblades, Thunderwing, and good old Finback is there. And the reason Finback's there, I'm going to mention him briefly, that was the last figure I needed to collect the entire G1 range. So yeah, that's the other thing I didn't mention. What you're going to see today, you're going to see all of the G1 Hasbro range. I've got a few, well, nearly all of the Takara ones to be honest. Mini Pretenders now, but I don't want to say I've got every single thing because I haven't. And of course I'll get pointed out on it. There's the Pretender Beasts, and there's the Mini Pretenders. All of these now seem to be getting much harder to get hold of. Right, let's see if we can get this in shot. So, in the rack at the bottom, we've got a Gig Menosaur gift set, and then a Hasbro, and then we've got a Takara Devastator, and then we've got a Gig Devastator as well. We've got a Gig Onslaught, and then these are all empty because they're all out on the shelves. Another classic Onslaught and a classic Motormaster. And then here we come to the carded versions. Again, all these are sealed. I can't remember which follower was asking me how many sealed stuff I've got, and I don't really know, to be honest. I know that sounds awful, but it's true. So these are the Spanish versions. So, oh no, there's the Spanish Vortex, sorry. These are the English ones. So it says classic, classic, classic across the top, them 3. And then if we come up, we've got all of the, again, these are classic. So you can tell I'm missing Groove of the classic. And I'm missing swindle of the classic as well. This is an odd one. This is a good one though. This is a dual Dutch. Is it, or is this one? No, this is just, yeah, that's a Dutch and French carded one. We're gonna come up. We got Air Raid. I've got all these classic English, and then above them I've got some Micromaster sealed sets as well. So that's racking one. All the stuff behind it is generations and movie figures, as you're about to see. I have done video collections on them, but probably not as much detail as this. And this, as I say, is just hopefully going to be just G1. Again, I know you're going to see things behind like that movie figure there, but this is mainly, you can mute me as well, probably better if you mute me, just to see the actual figures that I've got. I had to buy shop racking. It was the best thing I ever brought, to be fair. These are usually on the racking that's behind me, and I'll be able to show you that in a second. So there's the Stunticons. So again, we've got Spanish, French, Dutch, English. And the reason these rackings were the best things I ever brought is for obvious reasons, for storage. And you can just keep them stored away. Normally these are on, like I'll have all 4 Stunticons on one peg. But for the purpose of this video, I've managed to pull them out. And you can see just there where they are. So we've just seen that. So we're moving over. So now we've got Hasbro Galvatron, Takara Galvatron, couple of empty Takara Predacon boxes, and again that's because you'll see them in a second. Japanese exclusive gift set. I do want to reiterate as well actually on this that these are all original generation ones. They're not reissues at all. Gig version there, Takara gift set there, and then if we come up and you'll see here, this is what I was about. That's an original, sorry, Motormaster. It's original Wild Rider, but the reason I got confused then is because here's these Turbo Masters. See, these are gig Italian originals, but they're not generation 2, so this was at the very end of generation 1 in Europe. And then before I turn around, we've got, here we go, the Combaticons again, and these are Spanish, and I've got all 4 of them. There's Swindle carded there. Oh, I need to get up. There's some more Micromasters. In fact, what I'll do is I'll carry along with this side and turn around in a minute. So there's some more Micromasters, even more, just balancing on the top of my racking. And then I know a lot of this is gold card stuff, and that's again, obviously you can tell by my accent, I'm from England, so get a lot of it. Throttlebots, which one's that? Spanish one. He's English, and Searchlight's English. Coming down, we've got a Freeway English. Okay, that's the box to the solid blue reef Scourge I've got. There's a gold bug just sitting literally in there just before my Transformers Prime stuff. Quite a battered Octane box, unfortunately. Gig, Pretender, Monster, and then a lot of these are empty again, unfortunately, but I'll show you in a sec. So we've got some, these are all Takara Abominous individual boxes. There's a Gig, Breakdown, Takara Onslaught, Takara Cyclonus, oh, I've just missed that out, European exclusive Slicer. Then we've got Landcross, and we've got Dark Wings, which is the gift set, and then we've got a King Poseidon gift set as well, and then of course underneath we've got the huge Takara version. Oh, I need to come right the way down there. We've got Takara Triptychon, European Overlord, and there's a Overrun Action Master just sitting in there, and then at the bottom here we've got a Blitzwing box, another Onslaught box. I've done a video called An Onslaught of Onslaught, and you'll see why I've got so many. And there's the box for one of the Roadblocks. I'll just quickly go around here before I turn around. So we've got Action Master Megatron, Skyquake, again you see, different language, so it doesn't say Generation 2, it's all Generation 1. Skyhopper, AXA, and then we've got the Troop Transport, and then the other Truck Transport, and then this is that's an original Stepper box, and it is normally on a bit better display than that. And then we've got 2 Train bot boxes there as well. The stuff, problem I've got now is my Japanese stuff is trying to display it, and you'll see that in a second. There's a gold box Optimus Prime, and then there's another King Poseidon. And yep, that's one of my little boy steps, but to be honest it works really well for what I'm about to show you in a second. So here we go. These are slightly different. I've kept them out. That's a mint and seal box, IGA Mexican Blitzwing. These are sealed as well, again waiting to go to graders. So that's Canadian Chop Shop and Canadian Barrage, and there we go. So there's the other Triptychon, that's the gig box set. The funny thing is, again, I haven't got the Hasbro, and again, that wasn't released in England, that's probably why. And then here we've got some more gig sealed European exclusives. 2 Predators, Falcon and Bomber. Right. And this is where I normally would keep my G1 stuff, so that's why the pegs look quite empty. So there we go, there's Action Master Soundwave, Action Master Prudox as he's known in Italy, but of course that is Bombshell, and that is probably one of my prized possessions, to be honest. And then we've got Croc there. The rest stuff, you see, if it's a Generation 2, it'll say Generation 2 on it, but there we go. Right, this is going to be interesting. Let's see if I can do this. So I'm going to show you the ones along the top before I go into the cupboards. So we've got Takara Swindle, Takara Vortex, Takara Blastoff, Takara Brawl, so all of them. Another Swindle, that's because one of them is mint unused, and the same with the Blot. One is an opened one, which you can clearly see there, and that's a sealed one. Before we come to them combiners, this is the European exclusive shelf, so we've got, again, Overlords in there with Skyquake, and the Predators and Stalker. And I did a video showing you how these two combine, looking really good. Action Masters, not everybody's cup of tea, but these are the, I suppose, slightly rarer ones. That is, believe it or not, for people who don't know, that is a Thundercracker Action Master at the back. I know it looks nothing like Thundercracker. And then there's Bombshell I was on about, with the rest of the European Action Masters, and Gut Wrench in his large jet. Coming down to the Micromaster playsets, Flat Top, Overrun, all the little ones there. Oh no, some of them have fell over. A lot of them have fell over. See? Props, no good. And then the normal Decepticon Action Masters, Megatron's in his tank. There's my very, very faded Shockwave in the middle there. I definitely need to upgrade him. And then we're going to move over. You've probably noticed that this side is all Decepticons, and it does usually work really well, but because I've got all the boxes out, they're just everywhere at the moment. So this is, of course, Abominus. There's all the individual modes. And normally at the sides of here I'd have the little boxes all at the sides and around the corner. The reason why I haven't got this one out and hung it up is because that is a mint unsealed card, unpunched Blot, so I can't put it up anywhere, and I don't want to damage it either. Then we've got Piranha Khan or King Poseidon, depending on, of course, which country you're from. I've got some individual Japanese boxes, but they're so big, and I'll show you them in a second, that's why they're not there. So if you're wondering why there's loads of space around here, it's because all the boxes which I've just got out individually are normally all around the side. There's Menasor, and we've got the Red Eye version. And there's Bruticus. And again with all his parts. Okay, I'm going to move on to the Japanese ones now. Actually, some of them exclusives. Well, you'll see in a second. That's why they fall over. Damn. Right, so if I start on this shelf from the bottom. So I know these aren't all exclusives, but there's Predaking with all of them in the robots and all of them in their alternate modes. And then there's the 4, because I can only fit 4 individual boxes behind, and you can see there's another dive bomb in there as well. And then this is where it's going to get a bit messy. Let's have a look. Due to lack of space, my apologies. So we have Devastator. I'm going to be doing a Devastator's own video soon, purely for this reason. So we've got obviously alternate modes, robot modes, combined mode, and the boxes behind are individual Takara, Japanese, and individual gig boxed as well. So obviously the Hasbro versions had, they're all on card, weren't they? Whereas these are all boxed. And we're going to come up now. In fact, we'll start here. We've got more empty train bots there. So that's, if you wonder what the difference is, that's the zone release of them, and that's the standard Headmaster release. Just slightly different packaging. I presume the best way to sort of describe it would be like the gold boxes you've just seen. Obviously they're just G1 and then re-released. So we have big powered at the back, all individual. Let me see if I can get these right. Roadfire, Diatlas and Sonic Bomber is just behind. Of course we have Metal Hawk standing in the front. And then, yeah, because I'm daft, I've got another Roadfire as well. There is Raiden. And there is the other Sonic Bomber. I'm going to pan back out now if I can, because the boxes you can't really see. There's a 6 builder box behind it. There's a 6 wing box behind it. There's some Landcross opened boxes and sealed ones. I'll show you them in a sec. Then we've got, here's the sealed one. These are the Chinese reissue Landcross boxes. There's 2 of them there. There's another Victory Leo. There's 6 Knight. The 6 Change Roo's obviously a quick switch redeco. And then these are the figures that blow me away. These are the Landcross bots. Mashtak and Dash Taka. Just basically exactly the same two bots. See, he's at the bottom there, or he's at the top. They combine in different ways, exactly the same as Wing Waver here. I think it's Wing Waver. Might have got them mixed up. But yeah, they're phenomenal. I'll show you the rest of them bots in a second. You saw the Landcross box set. There's another one there as well. And then, as I say, behind we've got some of King Poseidon's boxes. We're going to move up. We've got some of Lyoka's loose. So we've got Jaguar, Jaluga, Sound Blaster. There's a Sonic Bomber box. There's a Sound Blaster box. There's a God Bomber box there. That God Bomber was mint unused, but I took him out of the box for display. That's why he's got no stickers on him. There's Darkwings again. Buster and Hydra out individually, not in their box set, which was down there. Lyokaza. And there's his box. Another Victory Leo box. Sky Gary. Ghost Shooter. Some more train bots. And there, of course, is Stepper. And I've also got a Headmaster there as well, Leon. One of the originals. Again, no reissues. That's what's it? From Star Saber. I've forgotten his name. Damn. And then we've got some Road Caesar bots here as well. I'm currently just missing the red one individually. I've got them combined, which you'll see in a second. In fact, there's the gift set for you right there. There is the Road Caesar gift set. And now this is going to be quite difficult because I'm small. So, here we have Sky Gary's box. One of the boxes to the Godmasters. There is Road Caesar built up. There is Six Wing. The two boxes behind are Buster and Hydra individually. And Star Saber's box, believe it or not, there's a massive one behind there. There is Star Convoy, which of course was Optimus's name. While I'm here, they are Dash Taka again, but there are some individual bots. So they're individual. They can combine either way like that. They can also be alternate modes, which I haven't managed to get out yet. But then the crazy thing is, then they can all combine and be him as well. Because there he is, see? There he is on the arm. And there he is on the leg. But I'll come over to him in a second. That's probably why I like that so much. So there's Star Convoy. There is Victory Saber. I'm going to stand on this step now. There we go. Victory Saber's up there. You can see I've got some more box stuff up here. So there's a 6. Is that 6 train or 6 liner? I can't see it from here. We've got the Mail Away Ratchet. He's in his box there. Unfortunately, a flat missing on the Ghost Shooter box. And then we've got a God Ginrai at the back, which is, as to the Westerners, it's Power Master Optimus Prime, but he's totally powered up. So we've got his box there. There's another Seacon all boxed up. And then there's the two individual boxes to the Road Caesar. So it's Braver and Laster, I think it is. I might have got them mixed up, but that's... I'm really sorry I can't get in any better on this, but there's some Japanese exclusives there for you. Let's move along to sort of this side then. So while we're here, let's pan back a bit. So we've got, of course, Fort Max, Jetfire, Throttlebots. We've got both Whirl and Roadbuster there. Again, not released in the UK. Scorponok, Mega Supreme box set. Well, just boxed, obviously, at the back. And then, of course, all the big cities individual bots. So we've got Fast Track. Of course, we've got Scamper and Fort Max's guy there as well. And there's Skylynx. A couple of decoys. Metroplex. That's just the standard Metroplex, not the Chrome Hips one. That one's coming up in a second. Then if we come down, we've got... So this will be an Autobot shelf. So we've got Rodimus, Hasbro and Takara, boxed both there. Jetfire, there's another Whirl. And the reason why there's another Whirl is because, if I zoom in, see he's got the caged cockpit. So that's the rarer version as well. Okay, so on this shelf we've got Target Masters, Power Masters and Headmasters, I think, if I pan over. And I've kept all the little bots unless it's their heads at the front. Yep, there we go. So, yeah, perfect, there they are. There's the Headmasters appearing at the back. And in the boxes behind, there's another Galvatron. There's a Power Master Optimus Prime. Another, yes. And then there's... Who's that? Let's have a look. Retgar. And, of course, there's a Retgar on the top. But there are all the individual little bots. Some of them I managed to have two of, just having their alternate mode. With the littler guys, just no space. Just literally, as you can tell, no space. Coming down, Decepticon shelf. So we've got 6 shots. He wasn't released in the UK either. With skull crunchers on top of his box. Triptychon, not in the UK. Firecons, and then the rarer target masters out the back. Cyclonus, Scourge, Dreadwing, Darkwing, Fangry, Quake, Double Dealer. Yeah, I put him on the Decepticon shelf. I did. And there we've got some Takara, Snapdragon, Autobot Hardhead. There's Point Blank's box just behind there as well, actually. More Double Dealers. So Double Dealer in his base mode. Weird Wolf, Slugslinger's box, and then the Micro Combiners, the cards there. That's the Battle Squad. If we come down, I've got the Astro Squad there, the Construction Squad there, and then the other one I might as well just quickly show you is there. That's the last Autobot squad down there. But before that, let's stay on here. So just behind them, there's another Devastator, and I think that's my IGI set, to be fair. Mexican one. Is it? Yeah, it is. That's the Mexican Devastator gift set. I've got another Double Dealer, and then some of his little minions, another Misfire, Darkwings combined, Hasbro version. Trigger happy with his gun broke, obviously. Sure Shot, Slapdash. This is basically just all the Headmasters and Powermasters, obviously in their alternate modes. Another version of Quick Switch there. Just, sorry, another display of him in a different mode. Another Snapdragon, Hosehead, Slapdash, Perceptor Takara, Perceptor Hasbro, and in the box. And then Nightbeat as well there, nicely in the box. Coming down, there's another 6-shot, but in its jet mode. There's Gutwrench's box. And Battlefield Headquarters, is it Battlefield HQ, something like that? Micromasters, Countdown, the little sets, Hot House, Grease Pit. I missed him actually, that's one, of course, one of the Micromaster sets there. Just up at the top, here's all the little sets out. You can appreciate that unfortunately space is a big thing, and I've clearly run out of it. Right, before we start on the other glass cabinets behind me, let's just pan to here. So we've got the Duocons, Hasbro and Takara versions. You'll notice the Takara versions are again in the little boxes with the polystyrene instead of with the bubbles. And then we've got a mint on seal card Firecon there as well. And then we've got another run of Muck coming. I really don't know where that's gone. Probably from when I moved. And of course Reflector, Runabout. And then we've got the Deluxe Insecticons, and then typically I've got a couple of these at grading, so you can't see them at the moment either, but they are again not released in the UK. Then we've got the clones, but I've gone the Takara route. I haven't even got the Hasbro again, none of these in the UK, so you've got the Autobot there and the Decepticon there. Coming up to the triple changes, and this is the bit where I only need to correct myself in a second, and I'll show you why. There's the Insecticons, there's Blitzwing. And then I know already that that's not an official Hasbro bubble, but that's just the way it came to me, and I've never took it out, so it's just a makeshift bubble until I get a sealed one, I suppose. But there you go, so there's Blitzwing, and that's probably the only non-official Hasbro or Takara product I've got. There's the other triple changes, Octane and Astro Train, and then Hunger, and then Snaptrap. Now before I come onto these shelves, I've got the same over here of the Autobots. Some of these again are empty. In fact, I've missed some here, haven't I? Yes, I have. So there's another little gig boxed Scavenger, gig boxed Computron parts. So Nose Cone or Argobot as he's known, Rocketbot for Straff, 2 Rocketbots, Starbot, Lightspeed. And then again, I really did run out of space, so I had to stack them, which is what I didn't really want to do. And yeah, so these are gigs, they change all the names. So Log, Chips, Vertic. Again, if they're not in the boxes, you're about to see them in a second on the shelves. So here we go. So there's Defensor with my really sun-faded Streetwise, and again, you might have seen the fact that normally the little boxes, they fit perfect, to be fair, either side. There's a Chinese reissue of Streetwise at the back. Same down here. They look really empty. I've not had these empty, like in as long as I can remember. They've normally always got the little Takara boxes down the side. There's Superior, and then that's at the back is the Mail Away that to American viewers, this is our breakfast cereal Weetabix, and I believe it's, well, you had Cookie Crisps jars. We got either Drag Strip or Fireflight. There's Computron. There he is, and all the bots individually there. This is a bit of a, I don't know, this is a bit of a mishmash, and I'll tell you why. So we've got some different variants, we've got some different countries variants, and then we've got, obviously, for the Hawkeyes there, we've got a Diaclone and a Microman in there, which I say I don't really collect, but if I pick them up as part of a collection, I definitely won't get rid of them. So you've got the Mexican Twin Twist and Topspin, because they've got red faces. There's the Diaclone Sunstreaker, there's the Mexican Hoist, because you've got Trailbreaker's head. That's a Mexican Thundercracker. This is the metal chest. Versions of Swindle, Blastoff, Springer, Metal Toe version of Hot Rod, Blue-Eared and Blue-Hipped Cyclonus, all metal components on the bots for Defensor. There's your Chrome Hip, Metroplex, and there's a different Valkyrie, or Jetfire as he's well known, with a different head. Again, I know it's not Transformers actually, but there you go. And there's the Black Perceptor or Microman. I think it was a Microman. I might be wrong, but as I say, I don't really collect them. But if I acquire a collection and they're there, then I'm obviously going to probably, if I haven't got them, keep them. Oh, I forgot to get the Action Masters out. See, that's what my shelves normally look like with all the cards around them. But there's the UK Action Masters, all of them, and the vehicles. And then here we go. So we've got Grimlock, Jackpot, Inferno, Kickoff. And who's that? Rollout, is it? I don't know. It's a different language. That's normally how my shelves are anyway. So they've normally got the things inside, but I wanted to be able to get in. There was a couple of comments I had last time I did a video because it was so dark, because all the boxes were blocking them up. People couldn't see everything. So there's the rest of the Action Masters, and of course the European exclusives, Trax, Sideswipe and Power Flash, and of course Rumbler is there as well. That is a G2 Sideswipe, he snuck in. There is some of the Action Masters. No, Micromasters. As soon as I said it, I knew I'd said it wrong. And then we come up and we've got some more European exclusives. Road Storm, Flame, Thunderclash, Boss, all these, as I say, Rescue Force ones are there. Iron Fist and all that. And then funnily enough, I've got Flames box over there. And again, these are the ones that you may have seen on videos that are normally absolutely full of Autobots, but here we go. So we've got the gig version of Freeway, the Spanish version of Freeway, gig version of Rollbar. I don't mean Rollbar at all, I mean Wide Load. And then we've got, there's Rollbar, Spanish, and Searchlight. Again, I still had to box a few with it, stack these, just had no space. So we've got some hotspots there. And the one at the bottom is Gig, so it's his Drago. And then we got the same Silver Bolt, Grimlock. Again, I really didn't want to do this, but space obviously is an issue. I've already got an understanding enough wife. If I pulled these all around across the house, she probably wouldn't like that too much. There's the boxes to Broom, Crossblades, Wave Rider, Jazz, another Cloudburst. There's another little tracks there. There's a God Bomber. And then here's two more countdowns. One of them is sealed. So maybe the one around the corner is the sealed one. Yeah, I've done some videos on these recently. Before I turn around, we've got graded Classic Prowl, Spanish Sideswipe, Spanish Inferno, English Sandstorm, and then we've got some of the throttle bots as well. Freeway, Chase, Goldbug, Guzzle, and then these two here, these are ready to go off as well. Backstreet and Ruckus. Alright, let's pan around because we were coming to this shelf. So this shelf we've got some of the movie figures as well, but some of the new leaders, but we've got obviously Soundwave and all of his cassettes. Nor, Galvatron, Hunger, Soundwave, there he is, boxed as well as Loose, Overkill, Takara box. Takara boxes for Laserbeak, and you'll see in a minute Steeljaw, Hasbro boxes, and Chinese reissue. Have a couple of the cassettes there. Here's the Pretender Monsters, that combine to form Monstructor, and I did used to think this was a UK exclusive, but I've been reliably informed now that it was available in some stores in the UK. And there's the rest of these. Again, all the cards at the back, they're all sealed. You'll notice I got 2 punch, counter punch, 1 in each mode. And then there we've got Blasters cassettes, and we've got Blaster and Blur, both in Takara boxes just behind there, which you can't see. That's the Magnus with the silver ears, obviously. And then we're going to come down. We got Bumblebee, Chinese reissue, still sealed. Monster Bots, robot mode, no space for their alternate modes. They're all in the boxes, which you've just seen. Oh, I forgot to put these back in their place after the last video. This is an Antex White Cliff Jumper. And then this is the bearded version of Warpath Henseys. Looks like he's got a beard. I've done a mini bot video if you want to know more detail on that. Dinobots, both modes, amazing, absolutely loved as a child, still love now, most people do to be fair. And there again is Swoop. Haven't managed to get the Canadian Slag yet, guys, so yeah, I know that one's missing. For those of you who don't know, Canadian Slag's got a red face. So still not got him. Omnibots, Mailaways, car mode and robot mode. And then here's some more of the Combiner Leader boxes. And of course the Combiner Leaders in all their modes. So basically robot, base, alt, robot, base, alt, Silverbot there in the background in a box. There he is in robot, plane, base, Motormaster in robot, alt, base, and Sea Spray. Original mint unsealed card there as well. More along the bottom. Let's just pan back here. This again, this is what I was on about. It shows you the difference between the Generation 2, funnily enough, because there is a box for Pyro, as we know him, one of the Obliterators. That's a Generation 2 box, and then this one was the original European exclusive one that came out. See, it's in a different language, so that's the difference. As I say, they do actually say Generation 2 on them. There's another Slicer box. Micromaster Wheeljack, and then funnily enough there's Pyro. I'm going to do a video on him soon. That's a sealed when he used Clench. That's another Overlord box, and there's another Wheeljack there. Okay, Japanese Pretenders. Lander is Landmine, and that's a mail away exclusive. Phoenix is obviously Cloudburst. That's a sealed Lightspeed, Takara, Blades. That's 6 Knights box, and then we've got Diver, which is Wave Rider, and then we've got the European exclusives here again. So we've got Rumbler, Circuit, and then there's Thundercracker with the crazy colours, and there's another Gig little breakdown. Alright, moving over. So what I've got now is I've got a Decepticon bookcase, and then an Autobot, and then an Autobot pretty much a mix. So there's Scourge, Blue Roof, Robot, Normal, and a sealed one in the background. Cyclonus, you've seen the blue-eared one as well. There we got Dirge, Skywarp, and Ramjet. And then we've got more Skywarp. The Skywarp there obviously was the Takara version. Shockwave I moved because in the last video somebody pointed out he's going to fall off, and he actually did. Thankfully he didn't break. There's Thrust, Thundercracker, Canadian Shrapnel there, Shockwave in robot mode, Starscream, and Takara Scourge. Then we've got the Insecticons. These are all sealed. These are all sealed there. And then moving over, we've got these sealed Jump Starters. And then I'll point this out again quickly, and I know it's on the other video, but I'm very, very lucky for this. This says A, C, R and D, and that stands for Andy Cousins Research and Design. So these must have been test pieces. Oh, not that one. But yeah, very, very lucky to have them. Again, just acquired in a normal collection. Nothing amazing, nothing. I wish I had a more amazing story than that, but unfortunately I don't. So there's Ratchet. Oh, there's another little fib of mine. There's a third-party edition, his head there. I forget that they're on there, to be honest. Jazz in the box. Hoist, both modes boxed. There's standard Warpath with his normal beard, without the beard rather, with just the normal visors. There we go. He's fell over. There we go. So just his optics are coloured in, not the rest of his face. Skids. Inferno. Grapple. Sandstorm. Canadian box. And 2 modes. Trailbreaker. Springer. Broadside. Blair. Power dashes. And cup. Nearly there, guys. Thanks for sticking this long. That's a Mexican wheeljack, by the way. I've just got no space for him yet. There's sealed ironhide as well. Outback. Hot rods. He's got no stickers on him because he's mint unused, and that's why his guns are there. I don't want to put him in his hands. Prowl. More mini bots. Normal wheeljack. Sunstreaker. He's knocked his reef up. More mini bots. Red alert. Mirage. Tailgate. Tracks. These guys don't really need any introduction, do they? I'll just keep quiet. I've got a Canadian side swipe as well, but grading and normal blue streak. Okay, coming up, Megatron is there, Prime is there, Bumblejump is there, and although I'm not fully down the Prime wormhole yet, for collectors of Prime I know exactly what I'm on about. I've got a Takara one there. That's just the standard Hasbro one behind it. That is the Redfoot Prime, and that one is the MB Prime. And then there's a sealed gig Hound. I've got a Sage A Prime on the way as well, to be honest, but I'll go into more detail on that when I get it. Alright, I'm near enough at the end, and then what I'm going to do is going to be nice and quiet and just give it a good pan over as well afterwards. So there's Mexican. In fact, I didn't mention this, did I? Just went straight past it. Mexican, Astro Train, IGA, Seal Mexican. Well, they opened it. There's his red face. And then the same again here. There's his red face. And then we've pretty much seen this, haven't we? Double Cross, Takara Jazz, Powermaster Prime. But yeah, so that's pretty much, as I say, I know I've got other collections everywhere. I've done my very, very best to try and get them all for you guys to see. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to now spend the next 4 hours putting my room back to how it looked. But there you go, that's a bit of a collection update. Typically there is things missing, as I say, still at graders. There's things still stuck in transit with our postal service and Brexit and everything like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was everything that you wanted. Maybe I'll do another one in a year or so's time when I've got a bit more space and work things out. But there you go, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching, all your support this year. This was obviously for you. Take care.